So I'm back, and I'm back with Saturn in the seventh house synastry. Saturn in the seventh house synastry. I want you to know is a bit of a stickler here. Is it a stickler or stickler? It's one of those. And not to mention, yes, we hear people talk about how much of a stickler it is all the time, but it is. Because here, when you have your partner Saturn in your seventh house, it really does create some sort of a barrier when it comes to actually forming a relationship together. Now, the good thing about it is, because I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there because there's caveats in everything I tell y'all. That's all the time. There's caveats in everything. The good thing about this is, yes, with Saturn being in your partner's seventh house, or vice versa, Saturn seventh house synastry, Saturn has the potential to put these individuals together and then they're just together. Like they stick together over time. They're hard to break apart. They could really grow old together, be together for a while. They can. But at the same time, this could be a situation where there's two partners, or there's individuals that find themselves together later on in life, or there might be some sort of age difference. A lot of times when I'm seeing like relationship themes or synastry themes, I should say synastry because you don't really have to have a relationship because you have synastry with somebody. I think that's the problem that most people don't really realize. But when I'm seeing Saturn themes in synastry, when it's dealing with like Libra, seventh house, I'm noticing like there could be an age difference between the two, or they're like around the same age. The age difference, younger, older, or the same age. I know I'm talking like there could be a significance difference, but and I know most people get the younger or older, but they don't really get the exact same age thing. they don't get that. But a lot of times when they are the exact same age, it could be even breaking up and coming back together because there may need to be like some sort of maturing that happens here with Saturn in the seventh house. Now, if you got an instance to where there's one partner that's older, okay, than the other, and preferably the house person a little bit older. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Saturn already has like wherever it's falling at in your house, wherever that sign is, whatever, that maturity and the seriousness that's there that goes along with needing to balance out another individual like the house person and their ability or capability to be mature and serious about a relationship. Okay, but it could be vice versa. I'm not really stuck on the way that that looks, whether it's the Saturn person or the house person per se, with the age difference. But you could definitely see this here, or just individuals that may have Saturn themes or like heavy Pluto eighth house stuff going on, Saturn Capricorn, Scorpio, you don't possibly even Cancer and things of that nature, like those signs in that energy that looks for stability. Okay. So this is it just presents a kind of either we doing this or not attitude. I feel like that is the where it becomes hard for the relationship to develop, or the synastry to play out because of the fact. Because take an individual that's like, well, I'm not in a place. All I was doing was just trying to having fun. I just got a divorce. I just got out of a relationship. I got a lot of other responsibilities I have to deal with. I'm working on my career. I'm focusing on my life. I'm just trying to have fun and get to know people. I don't really know. I'm not really looking for anything serious. Take situations like that. And you stick this effect here. You stick this energy here and it automatically triggers, okay, the other person to want to think serious, especially the Saturn person. I would say the house person could be like, well, I wasn't really trying to take this Saturn. I mean, sorry, I really wasn't trying to take this serious. Depending on the house, who the house person is, like their chart, their sign, whatever. Okay, but so what happens is you can have it never get off the ground. It could be very hard to because of that. And even though one person or the other, they may not even verbalize to each other. They may not even say, "Oh my gosh, I want us to get married" or something like that. Even if one of them are thinking it, I'm saying it may not even be something that they announce or that they say, but instinctively, for some reason, they pick this energy up off of each other. And one person or the other, if not ready, they won't. It's kind of like, okay, well, I can't do this right now, and it causes like a rift in the relationship or them to go their separate ways. But the thing about it is, if they do go their separate ways, it's a chance that they could possibly keep in touch, and like come back together, see each other online, whatever, talk again, whatever. And when they're ready, they come back together. But if they do say, hey, they both agree, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're going to be together. You want to be together? I want to be together. They could face some sort of tribulations in a relationship. Let's say one partner is older than the other, and it's in an untraditional way or something like that. Or untraditional, let's say the woman is older than the man. Or even that's untraditional, but at the same time it's not uncommon. It's untraditional, but that could be obstacles that they have to face, because there could be insecurities that come up, because the woman, she could be like, oh well, I don't know, like what if he's interested in younger women and blase blase. The man could be like, well, what if I can't really give her what she needs, and that sort of thing. And it could be a situation where the dude is significantly older. The man is significantly older than the woman. And it could be, well, she's just using me for my money. And it could be, well, I don't know, like how people are going to think about this. See? And causing them to either stick together and make it through and have even more deeper bonding, or, say, hey, we're not going to do this. And those are just examples. There's many more other things that could be the obstacle here. There could be obstacles in just being on the same page. It really can, because it could be to where somebody is working, the other person has like some type of family obligations, so on and so on. The point that I'm trying to make is there's definitely obstacles here. I do feel like Saturn could be very critical towards the seventh house person, because Saturn could be insecure. I don't care. Where it's not that Saturn don't have the power or the potential, or Saturn's not the weak one. Definitely, like people try to paint Saturn as the weak one. Oh well, Saturn, wherever there's Saturn placements in Synastry, it's very hard to come together because of these limitations and things of that nature. No. Saturn is very strong, actually, because the energy of Saturn is very strong, period. The obstacles come a lot of times because of Saturn's insecurities. Oh, and that's what I meant to say. Like, people trying to paint the picture like Saturn got all the control. Like, Saturn is the one that's like, I don't want the house person, or I don't want this, because they're beneath it. Whatever. No. Like, the real thing that's going on is Saturn's insecurities. It's not a weak planet. It's not weak. That is why it has so much. It's intimidating, and it has so much control over the entire situation because of the fact that it's Saturn. But it's not. Don't get it twisted. Saturn faces insecurities, and with the insecurities that Saturn faces, it projects it onto the other individual. So Saturn's insecure about their age, being older, not having enough, not knowing if the house person is going to be there and be true. What they will do is they will criticize the house person, and they will project their insecurities onto the house person. The house person could also, be very irritated by this and feel like they're never enough. Like they're the ones that's not good enough for Saturn. And I mean, it could be an immaturity versus maturity thing. But still, because why would you even, well, you knew I was younger than you when you talked to me. So that can't be the bottom line issue. You knew I didn't have no money when you talked to me. You knew how I was, when you talked to me. And if you didn't, maybe you should have found that out. Yeah, I get it. But I'm saying the house person starts to feel like they're not enough, like they're unworthy of the Saturn person. Not understanding that the Saturn person could, because if the Saturn person is still trying to connect with the house person, the Saturn person wants to, but it just doesn't know how to let its defenses down, to let its guard down, to let its ego down, to be insecure or vulnerable. But this too, yes, the synastry has its limitations, has its complications, but and I say that because an individual with Saturn in the seventh house could find it, delays in getting into relationships altogether. I say this, but at the same time, Saturn has to learn to work with its own insecurities. And I say this, and at the same time, when they do come together, there could be ride or die. I need a ride or die chick. They could be very hard to break apart. So this could be a very strong synastry point, but it has its limitations too. Okay, and there's so much more I can say about this, but I'm going to stop right there. Saturn in the seventh house synastry.